Hi guys, Kate here today. I do give permission for Mrs. Sabbert to publish these wherever she wants to put them. I don't really care. Today's response is called Areas of Law That Affect Business Decision Making. The directions are, as you can see in Exhibit 1.1 of the text, many areas of law affect business decision making. For this discussion, I would like for you to identify one of these areas of law and come up with an example of your own. For example, as a result of the tort law, personal injury law, companies serving hot beverages, including warnings that those beverages may be hot. For example, speaking on the subject of McDonald's hot coffee case, she brings this up to illustrate an important point, which is the law is sadly distorted by the media. My hope is that this class continues, you will be able to distinguish fact from fiction when it comes to law. So, after watching the video that explains the point, I decided to answer the questions by the area of law that may affect business decision making is contract sales, negotiable instruments, creditor rights, intellectual property, e-commerce, product liability, torts, agency, business organization, professional liability, and lastly, courts and court procedures. The one that I decided to pick for this response is sales. At the end of the day, a business's sales are most important because it determines the profit that a business will make. So if the product sales are not reaching the goal of business law, there needs to be adjustments to the product to ensure that it brings more customers to buy. Make sure it has a higher demand. Business persons must develop critical thinking and legal reasoning skills so that they can evaluate how various laws might apply to a given situation and determine the potential result of the course of action. They're also under increasing pressure to make ethical decisions and to consider consequences of their decisions. An example of business law affecting the decision making is Wawa, for example. They have stores all across the north. They made an agreement with Sheetz, which is Wawa and Sheetz are two of the most popular fast food / supermarket, and they rocked all of Pennsylvania. But because they're not both number one, they're both number one, they didn't want to step on each other's toes. So together they came a fine line of territory of who's going to have certain cities, certain places, all over PA. You won't find any in Philadelphia, you won't find a Sheetz in Philadelphia or anything like that. They stay on the opposite side of the state. So, for example, Pennsylvania, you won't find any Sheetz from Philadelphia to Harrisburg because of the Wawa's territory. From Indiana, Pennsylvania to Pittsburgh, Penn State is Sheetz territory. They did this because they're both two of the highest banned stores for this kind of food, brand stores, and they didn't want to cross each other and risk decreasing in each other's sales, so they divided separately. This was a smart business decision that will help their sales as a team because although their competition can make better for sales, they both know that they were doing good. They didn't want to have bad blood with each other or have competition and risk losing sales. So instead of that, they divided and conquered. And I think that that was probably the most ethical decision, and I think that it speaks volumes about them as business people, and I just personally think that it was all around the best decision for them without having to deal with any of the problems. Anyway, I hope I answered all the questions. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.